Hi, disciple. This is Jetsu, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those who coming back to my channel, welcome back, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. On my channel, I talk about God, His Son, His love for us, and His Son coming back. Today, I want to focus on our bed, our old bed. We need to get rid of our old bed and get a new bed, so we can be in tune with Christ. Today we want to talk about Aeneas. Aeneas is a Greek name. And Aeneas, he was a paralytic. He was paralyzed, and he was live in the town of Leda. And Leda is surrounded, Leda is located at, I would say, 25 miles north of Jerusalem. And Leda was in the plain of Sharon. So I'm not sure if Leda was within Sharon or it was neighboring town, but they were in the same plains. And Aeneas, he lived in that city in Leda, and he was living there for many years. And like I said, he was paralyzed, and he normally lay outside on his straw mat bed and asked for alms. In other words, when anyone passing, he would ask for things, and he would ask for help and stuff. And he was there for many years. I'm not sure how long he was living in Leda, but he was paralyzed for quite a long time, 8 years, or he was living in Leda for 8 years, but he was paralyzed. And so one day Peter was traveling, and Peter was in Leda. Peter was in the same town, and he come across Aeneas. I'm not sure if Aeneas, they brought him to Peter, or Peter was just walking by that area where Aeneas was located. But anyway, Peter come across Aeneas, and Peter told him to get rid of your old bed. Get rid of your old bed. You got to get up out of your old bed. You got to get rid of your unworthiness in order to be in tune with God. Get rid of your old bed. And that's what we all need to do today. We need to get rid of our old bed like Aeneas. Yep. Our old bed is bringing us down. It's dragging us down. There's so much stuff we have in our old bed. We have crime in our old bed. We have lust in our old bed. We have deceitful in our old bed. We have adultery in our old bed. We have hatefulness in our old bed. Jealous and envy in our old bed. We have to get rid of all those unworthiness. Get rid of the old bed. We have to get rid of our old bed. In order to be in tune with Jesus, we need to get rid of our old bed like Aeneas. He has to get rid of all his unworthiness to be saved. Peter said, get rid of your old bed. Pick it up, roll it up, get rid of it. We need to roll up our old bed, get rid of it, put it in the garbage, so we can get back in tune with God. Or if we wasn't in tune with God, we can now take a stand and a step to get in tune with God, because you cannot get in tune with God with your old bed. You got to get rid of it. Get rid of it. Peter told Aeneas, get rid of your old bed. Don't keep going back to your old bed. Once God making you a new man, we all need to be a new man and a new woman in a new bed. So we need to get rid of that old bed that is dragging us down. And I saw a lot of people are getting into old bed. They may have not been in an old bed that have a lot of stuff in the old bed before. But since the pandemic, a lot of people are out of character. And Jesus is knocking, pam, pam, pam. Jesus is right there at the doorstep, almost there at the doorstep. And some people are behaving out of character. They are getting into stuff they never get into before. As if they want to point all the finger on the pandemic. No, the pandemic didn't do anything. You are the one allowing the devil to come in and take over and make your bed get messier than it already was. So get rid of your old bed. wrap it up, toss it out. Like Aeneas. Get rid of the unworthiness. Get rid of the lust. Get rid of the hate. Get rid of the stealing. Get rid of the killing. Get rid of the envy, jealous, and strife. Get rid of all of those stuff. Get it out the old bed. Get the old bed away and make a new bed. We have to make a new bed to deal with God. Make a new bed. That's what we all need to do. We all need to make a new bed. God not gonna accept us in the old bed. You may come to him in the old bed, but you're gonna have to get rid of the old bed. Because you can't go to God in an old bed. You gotta get rid of it. It's too much stuff in your old bed. Some people have more than others. But some people never really have. But now they're climbing in an old bed since the pandemic. And they're behaving out of character. And Peter is saying, Aeneas, that's what he's saying to us. Get rid of your old bed and make a new bed. So in order for Aeneas to be in tune with God, Aeneas has to get rid of his old bed. So that's what he did. He get rid of his old bed and now he's in tune with God. He's healed. His life is changed. He becomes a new man. And that is exactly what we need to do. And all of these examples are set by Jesus' disciples. So from then on, Peter went on in the town, continuing the town of Lydda, and he was told by the people of the townspeople about this lady, and she was a very nice, charitable lady in the neighborhood, and she was always doing alms to all of those people, always taking care, always doing charity work. She was the woman, if you know what I mean, of the town. Everyone knows him. But he died. Peter was told he dies. And when Peter learned of all this stuff that he been doing to the people in the neighborhood, helping out everyone, Peter get everybody, away, and then Peter healed the lady. I forgot her name, but Peter healed her. But what amazing is, if you remember, Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. So you see, the student becomes a professor. Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. Peter was going around with Jesus. Peter saw Jesus doing all of these things. And now Peter is doing all of these things. So this is amazing. And this is an example to just show us that if we listen to him, if we follow him, if we stay with him, we're going to see greater things than this. Because we're going to be in heaven. And that is greater than anything else in the world. So we need to wrap up our old bed, get rid of it so we can be in tune with God, because we have to get rid of all the unworthiness. All those stuff we have in our bed. It's too much stuff is in our bed. Too much stuff. We have so much stuff in our bed, and we need to get rid of the old bed. Get rid of the old bed, make a new bed, make amends with God, because you can't go to God with all of those unworthiness. Or the moment you come to God, you have to get rid of it. Too much baggage, too much stuff in our old bed. Pick up your old bed and make a new bed. Like Aeneas. Aeneas pick up his old bed. Peter said, arise, pick up your old bed and make a new bed. Get rid of your unworthiness to be in tune with God. And that's exactly what we need to do. And that's an example for us. And that's what we need to do. And we need to pray on it. Ask God for strength to deal with everything what's going on around us. Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on around us that's dragging us down. And some people have more stuff in their old bed than others. So on top of so much stuff they have in their bed, and then with everything that's going on, it's dragging you down. So you have to get rid of your old bed. People are behaving out of character these days. If you look around, people are using the pandemic as an excuse to carry on, to behave out of character, to do stuff they never done before, to get into stuff they never get into before. Crime increase. Everything is increasing nowadays. But it's not surprised, because God told us it was going to increase. But when it increased, he said, look up, because I could be at your doorstep any minute. Any minute, I'm going to be knocking at the door. Oh, yeah. I have to shorten this. I have to shorten the days for my elect's sake. I can't have my people down there with you all doing all of those stuff. Oh, no, I'm going to have to shorten the days for the elect. So get rid of your old bed as Aeneas did. We all have to get rid of our old bed. Me, you, all of us have to get rid of our old bed. Oh yeah, all of these unworthiness, we gotta take it to God. Get rid of our old bed, make a new bed. You can't go to God with all this unworthiness. Gotta drop it off. Everything about God is purity, stands purity, justice, and love. The minimal thing God asks us for. Look around, you see what God gave us. And he just asks us for the minimal thing. Even me just speaking, the breath that I'm using now to speak to you, I can't give it to myself. God gave it to me. And we have to be grateful and thankful for everything because he gave us so much, and it's just minimal things he asks us to love. Have love in our heart. Don't worry about anyone who don't like you or who don't want to talk to you. Don't worry about those people. Your ultimate goal and ultimate worry in this life is God. Worry about your salvation. Don't worry about the little naysay and the foolishness. Worry about your salvation. If something happened to you, where would you want to be? And as a matter of fact, as you look around nowadays, everything is happening. So my disciple, I just want to say, get rid of your old bed. Let us all get rid of our old bed and make a new bed. So get rid of the unworthiness so we can be with God and in tune with God. So until then, my disciple, I just want to say, let us be in our new bed with God. Like Aeneas. Wrap up the old bed, toss it out, be in the new bed. So until then, my disciple, God first, man second. God first, man second. So if you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. So whenever I upload new information, you'll be the first to know. Thank you and God bless you.